And welcome back. We're all familiar with the role of the police officers we see out on the streets day to day, but there's another group of men and women who work to keep Utah safe in ways most of us never see. Tonight, ABC4's Rick Aaron takes us behind the badge with one of them.
Officer Brock Treseder doesn't make traffic stops or chase down suspects. As a senior agent for the Utah Department of Corrections Adult Probation and Parole Division, he's on the other end of the criminal justice system, supervising convicted felons and doing his best to keep them out of prison. The Ogden area native spent years working inside Utah prisons. Now he spends his days making sure that convicted felons on the outside are adhering to the terms of their parole or probation.
And there's that public safety aspect of it, is you have somebody that's watching, to hopefully prevent any further criminal activity and prevent any more victims from being victimized. We really do a lot of different things, and it's knowing when to do that, when to turn on to say, okay, I am the law enforcement officer, I'm the cop. It's also to turn that on when you need to be a mentor. And say, how can I help this individual? We are trying to help these people reintegrate into the community, and help them change their lives.
Do you get lied to a lot?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of times we know more than they think we know coming into this.
Agent Treseder also makes surprise home visits to check up on his parolees.
You never know what you're walking into.
Like one visit years ago when he encountered a man with warrants hiding in a shower.
Attempting to take him into custody, he actually jumped through a closed window to get away. It was summertime, so he didn't have a lot of clothing on, and the doctors did say that we likely saved him by finding him for the amount of blood he was losing from his injuries from jumping through the window. How's it going?
On this day, he and his supervisor are visiting Tisha Long, a former methamphetamine addict who's on probation for drug possession, forgery, and retail theft.
I was at rock bottom, like below rock bottom, and now I've got my life together.
How are classes going?
Great.
Good.
He's just went above and beyond for me. He reiterates every time I go in, I'm not playing with you.
And we've talked about this before, but just the same, no weapons.
I will send you to prison if you screw up, especially while you're pregnant, especially while everything, and not because of me or my baby, just because he wants me to succeed.
I'd say she's on the path to success at this point, and she's doing 100% better than she was previously.
I'm big on treating people like people, because the only way we're going to get them reintegrated in the community is if you do treat them like a human being. Keep up the good work. You're doing much, much better.
Tisha says her next goal is to get her own apartment before her baby arrives in April. Then she wants to focus on being a mom and, with Agent Treseder's help, to be off of probation by her child's first birthday. For Behind the Badge, Rick Aaron, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Rick. Well, to see more Behind the Badge stories or to nominate an officer for Rick to profile, just go to our website, abc4.com/badge.